When I was previously before this committee in Washington, I stated the reasons why I felt it necessary to avail myself of my constitutional privileges to refuse to answer questions. Now, seeking to link me up with charges of organized crime in and between various states, as well as crimes under federal income tax laws, anti-racketeering laws, and other federal laws. The release also asserted that one Luciano sits in Italy as arbitrator of all disputes among various crime syndicates. It is further said that I am a member of an organization known as the Mafia, which controls crime on an interstate and national basis. This committee has also suggested and implied that efforts have been made by me to get into certain legitimate businesses to use racketeering methods therein in order to expand the businesses, to prevent competition, and to use such businesses as an aid in concealing and covering up income tax frauds. All of these statements and suggestions by the committee emphasize the fact that its sole purpose in calling me before it is to try to obtain evidence to be used against me in criminal prosecutions.
Applies only to a specific question. You have no general privilege to refuse to come here and testify. Therefore, I shall address questions to you with the committee's permission. And in any case where you believe that the answer would tend to incriminate you, if you answer truthfully, of a federal offense, then you have a privilege, and in no other case.
Proceed. Now, my question is whether you do not want to take this opportunity to contradict or to set straight anything that the committee may have said against you which is untrue or false. But do you still say that the committee has accused you falsely? I decline to answer that. I can't answer. You do not make any such accusation, then? No, I don't.
For a period of about 3 months, I checked them sometimes 2 and 3 times a week.
And during this period, he paid you continuously?
Off and on, when I'd meet him, as I say, he'd give me 50, 100, even 150 at times.
And by he, you mean Frank Costello?
That's right.
But at Sherman's request, you did check O'Dwyer's wire?
I did.
And where did you do it?
I had it done in Brooklyn because he was residing in Brooklyn at the time.
At his home in Brooklyn?
That is right.
Where did you find the terminals for O'Dwyer?
I didn't find them. I had that done. I didn't go over and check that.
You had somebody else check the terminals? And then you went out and looked?
No, I just took his word for it. I had a man sent out from Brooklyn.
So you had a friend of yours do the checking for you, is that
Well,
right?
I didn't even know the man. I just called it in.
You called it in?
Into Brooklyn.
And
they asked that that line be checked.
And then you got a report?
I got a report.
Did you report back to anyone?
I did.
To whom did you report back?
Sherman.
Were you paid for that?
No.
Can you think of anyone else for whom you checked the telephone wire at the request of Irving Sherman?
I'm afraid I can't.
Was O'Dwyer's telephone tapped?
No, it was not.
It was not tapped.
No.
Now, were you able to give Gold and other telephone installations as a prior privilege to an ordinary citizen securing telephone installation? They take precedence?
It wasn't that so much as the fact that he didn't understand that the telephone company at the time was trying to give him as fair service as they could. Well, what was your function?
My function was to obtain information on current crime.
Well, in June of 1946, did you have a conference with Commissioner Wallander?
I did have a talk to him.
Did he tell you why he was relieving you of your men and command?
He did not.
Did you ask him?
I did not.
Do you have any idea why he relieved you?
Well, the squad was never well received in the department. I think the real idea was to satisfy some of these complaints.
And the purpose of having plainclothes men was to see whether there was a tie-up between major crime and racketeers. Is that correct?
To try to get information on any tie-up that would be there.
You mean you were specifically ordered not to do anything with bookmaking?
No, sir. Bookmaking is another branch of the department.
In minimizing crime and reducing crime, got any net results of the work of your job?
Well, I got one good result.
What was that?
We had a man shot over in Brooklyn, left in a car with 8 bullet holes, and in 4 days we got the information, and there was a conviction in that case. The man is serving 40 to life on it now, and it looked like a gang killing.
That is a direct result of these 6 plainclothesmen, 6 policemen in your department?
That's a direct result of information.
And wouldn't the then work just the same if you hadn't existed?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
You got the information that that man went into a hospital, did you not?
That's right.
Is there anything extraordinary about that information?
Yes, it was very unusual.
You selected the hotel, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
You did.
I couldn't tell you that.
After you selected, you had charge of the rooms, didn't you?
That's right.
And you picked out 6 men, patrolmen, put them in their guard runners, didn't you?
I didn't pick the men out. The men were assigned to me, sir.
Oh, they were. You did nothing to do with them.
No, sir, we requested...
Would you have picked those same 6 men had you been picking them out?
Most likely I would.
All right. And you closed up all the doors in the hotel excepting one, didn't you?
That's right.
So there's only one egress and ingress to that suite where letters are confined, and that is open, subject to lock and key of the guard. Is that right?
That's right.
And so one morning, you were called up before you had to get out of bed and said Rudders was dead. You tumbled down to the sea, didn't you?
That's right.
And you found Rudders' body down about 7 or 8 stories and lying bleeding below. Is that right?
5 stories below on a roof.
And was he dressed in his pajamas?
He was fully dressed.
Fully dressed.
That's right.
So the brothers, at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, fully dressed, was found dead 5 or 6 floors below, with 6 policemen in the city of New York on guard to see that thing didn't happen. And I asked you in the confidential hearing we held how you explained it, and you said, it was a wonderful answer, you said, I imagine they all fell asleep at the same time. That's an amazing thing, isn't it? 6 people, different mental temperaments, different nervous streams, different amounts of ambulatory thinness, different series of nervous emotions and reactions, all fell asleep at the same time. Somebody said, now boys, this is it. Shut your eyes and go to sleep. Well, they fell asleep, and then Mr. Rudders went to a window and killed himself and found below fully clothed. Did you think he was going out somewhere? Hadn't he gone to bed that night? These are the questions that come out. Well, he was been electrocuted, wouldn't he?
I don't know.
Well, all right. He was convicted and sent up there and lived a year in the death house, didn't he?
That's right.
And then he was sent up to Court of Appeals.
That's right.
But you'd had some evidence you didn't have if he hadn't gone to his death that way, wouldn't you?
That's right.
All right. The whole thing, from the standpoint of a citizen who has a right to be sore about these things, of the country as well as New York, it's a tawdry mess, smells unto heaven, and I don't believe the honest truth ever been told about it.
The purposes, the Anastasia case and the Murder Incorporated investigation became a file. Is that right?
Well, it wasn't very active.
Even the file was full.
But I wouldn't know that, sir.
Well, you know it was full. The records were full, Mr. Ford. Now, let me ask you, isn't it a fact, and don't you know that Mr. Dwyer said we've got a 50 case against Anastasia?
I've heard that.
Is it true?
It may be.
And so, Willie was the chief witness, wasn't he?
He was an important witness, yes.
And he was known for that by the enforcement officers, wasn't he? He was going to appear in trial against them, wasn't he? That's what he kept so carefully for, wasn't it?
That's right.
Well, what reason would Willie have to commit suicide?
I don't say he committed suicide.
Well, what do you say about it?
I think he tried to get down that fifth floor window. I think he was too cowardly to commit suicide.
And you think he tried to get under the street? How long would Willie know he could be around New York and Brooklyn with his reputation on him, free man?
I don't think he ever intended to escape, Senator.
What do you think he did get down there? Get a drink or what was it?
No, get down to the fifth floor and then come up the stairs and try to get in the door and just kid around with them.
Oh, I see. Now we're learning something.
That's mine, Ted.
He had a great vein of humor, didn't he?
He did.
He certainly did, yes. Pretty grim humor, wasn't it, before he got through?
That's right.
Ended in rigor mortis.
That's right.
Nothing to laugh at. Talking old stories.
Well, isn't it a fact that on June the 12th, 13th of 1946, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 men either resigned or retired from your squad in June of that year?
No, I don't think so.